So I've had this Operation Cormorant from Panzers Last Stand set up for quite a while now, and I just wanted to share some thoughts from it. This was a game I set up with a buddy of mine, as I said a little while ago. It's been sat through here because there's been other things taking priorities, but I just thought it was a super interesting situation. So I think we're on turn 3, or probably about to start turn 3. And just this is kind of traditional front line, I suppose. Hasn't really shifted as you look up along here. Obviously, as we look at this map, Komorom is just up and above us, just about there in the top. You can see there, top left. And Budapest is all the way over this way. There you go, you can see Budapest on the river there. So obviously when you're setting this up, the preponderance of Russians compared to Germans is quite shocking for any German player, I think, to see what they were trying to achieve in this situation. But obviously I suppose it was a fairly desperate situation, given that there were Germans in Budapest and useful formations that could be saved. Hence the attempt to break them out. So back to the front line. The front line just kind of wends its way up along this, more or less along this this river line, the Atal, I think it is, which runs up through here, up through the marshes. You can kind of see. You can see there that Camp Group Pape has kind of pushed in, as well as 5th SS are kind of just starting to look a little bit threatening there. In fact, I think 80 guards are sort of clumped there because they've been pushed there, I think I'm right in saying that. And you'll notice there's nothing above 5th SS, so I think they will be quite pleased to see these reinforcements in the shape of the 711th Infantry and the 6th Panzer arriving, because there is a gap there. And then just creeping in on the right hand side there, we can see 96th Infantry Division. Again, they've crossed the river, pushed the Russians back a little bit, and in doing so, what I think is the nicest bit of this, it's allowed this formation to use the primary road there and loop up and along here and push down this valley towards Budapest. So actually that lead formation there, which is obviously 3rd SS, is just bouncing up against it's a combination, I think, of 10th Guards and 2nd Guards mech. So that's quite a fight in a way. That's going to be something. But if we just pull back a little bit and down the road, here we go. Yeah, there's the outskirts of Budapest. So not so far away, and I think I might try and play these last turns out. It's only a 5-turn game, so it's reasonably quick, and obviously it's all going to come down to the Russians choking off this, which they've got a number of ways they can do it. I guess the most likely is they'll throw a lot of formations in front of this unit, but equally this is distinctly perilous. And I guess the other alternative would be, can 711 fill this gap that we're seeing here? And can 6th Panzer then reinforce 3rd SS to come down the valley here and push in? Anyway, that's just a little quick glimpse at it. It's created an interesting situation, and I thought it was worth having a look at and seeing if we can kind of see what happens as we follow it out. Obviously, for people who don't know the system, BCS uses activations, and then in this particular Panzer's Last Stand, we also have tiers which are given priorities, but you are strictly limited in the allotments available. So only so many formations can actually activate. And that is what's preventing a huge preponderance of Russian units, which there are. There are more than enough Russian units probably on this map, and have been from the beginning, to cause the Germans problems. But you don't have them all to activate and to use. So it's selecting the ones that you want to use and getting them to where they are needed. Which again, I mean, that's command, isn't it? That's what it's all about. Okay, I'll wrap it up there, and hopefully get something done reasonably soon, and we'll see if we can keep this running along.